Welcome back to another episode of my playthrough for All the Mods 7. Now, last time we left off, I built this little setup over here and I got a couple more chests. There was a little bit of offline farming to get a bunch of coal. I needed a bunch of coal for a little bit. And I also kind of needed a little bit more iron. So I went and found a mountain and dug it out a little bit. Got a little bit of gold and I upgraded my furnace to gold. But other than that, I didn't really do a whole lot besides grabbing some saplings, some wood, just a little bit of basic farming just so I can get things going. So one of the biggest things that I want to talk about is that you may or may not know, I recently started working with the All the Mods team to open up and start working on the quests. They've now officially donned me in as the quest dev, so I'm really excited about this. And what this means is that essentially I'm going to be working on a quest line update. And for any of you who have recently updated, you might have noticed all of the new quest lines and everything that was added. This is something that I've been working on the past week, so I'm really excited. And I'm actually going to go through it in my playthrough because it's all of the main getting started quest and everything that I added through it is actually all based off of what I would do if I was playing All the Mods 7 myself. So I'm actually going to take and go through this step by step to kind of give you an idea and show you a little bit about what I've been doing and how I would go through All the Mods 7. So I haven't really changed anything questing wise other than the fact that I added the welcome page here that gives you a little info about everything. It gives you a quest book. As you can see, I already collected the experience. I redid a couple of things like the tips and tricks page. I actually just pushed an update to fix some of these because they were a little bit off. But yeah, if you're definitely playing All the Mods 7, please check these out. Let me know in the comments below. Give me some feedback because you're shaping the way the quests might potentially be in the future. Just let me know. Another real cool thing that I added here was the bounty board. The bounty board is going to be fleshed out a little bit later, but for right now, it's essentially just a way to do a couple of things and get a little bit of rewards for killing things along your progression. You can lead up into killing a bunch of things and getting like this creeper charm and stuff. So check it out if that's your thing. And maybe you might like the Sword of Alfred GG. For today's focus, we are going to look at the getting started. As you can see, I've done a couple of these just by having them. But I'm actually going to go through this, and we're going to go through this quickly because we are currently at, I want to say, we've finished and done everything up to this right here. We've done these things right here. We've completed here and completed this one, and we've gotten these, and I believe we have all of this. So we can take a look at all of this and complete these quests and get some rewards. So first up, we'll start here. We need a wooden pickaxe and a crafting table. That should complete the quest, and we're going to get some experience for it. So I'm down for that. This will unlock this one. We already have the crafting table, so free experience there. And now it wants me to upgrade my pickaxe to stone. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this pickaxe because I don't need it. I'm going to grab out some stone over here. So let's go ahead and make us some sticks here and get those stone tools. And I believe I need a shovel. I need a pickaxe and I need an axe, if I remember correctly. And we're just doing this to finish up the quest line. So we'll get some torches and some experience. The torches are actually really nice. So now we got to make a storage and any kind of storage. So any kind of chest, even though it shows an oak chest, you can make any kind of chest you want here for the quest. I wanted to make sure that I didn't block anybody if they didn't start with oak. So it gives us the ability to go ahead and unlock this, which is a good thing. This, I've already made a backpack, but I believe I upgraded my backpack to an iron backpack. So I will not be able to make that. There's an Enderman teleporting. I will not be able to make this because I do need some leather and I don't have the leather, I don't believe. So moving on, we can make a furnace, get about 16 coal and 8 iron ingots. That's actually really easy. I need iron and some coal. So let's grab out some iron here. Let's grab out some coal. And that should complete our quest. Gives us even more coal, some experience, and some raw iron. So last video, I kind of talked about this a little bit, but essentially there is no way to, well, sorry. There is a way to double your iron output or your ore output, but this machine only does about 25%. It says it's boostable. I'm not 100% sure how it's boostable, but we'll figure that out a little bit later. But there is a way that I can double this. So if I take this copper ore hammer right here and I stick this raw iron here, you can see that it gives us 2 dust per. So we're going to get 8 dust. And what that means is I can just throw this straight into the golden furnace and it will smelt it down and it will give us our iron. So this is actually going along very nicely so far. I'm going to go ahead and toss this chest. So heading back in the quest book, that finishes that up. And now we need an iron furnace. Now, this is one of the things in the quest book that I was kind of like, I'm not sure if I wanted to put in here or not. Because if you've already placed a furnace down, upgrading to an iron furnace is going to be a little bit different. You just need, actually I'm going to need that furnace. I don't think it'd hurt to make another one. But if you've already placed the furnace down, it's actually better to make a regular furnace to iron upgrade, which is actually what you get right here, the stone to iron furnace upgrade. It's usually better to make it like that, but that's fine. We'll just go ahead and make another, use a couple pieces of iron. I farmed a good bit specifically for this. We'll just use it later on. So bam, we get another stone to iron furnace upgrade and some experience. That's actually a good amount of experience there. So bam, that should complete this quest. And it gives us a little bit of iron back now that we've made the tools. So I don't need these tools. I don't actually need them at all, but I can use them to make a novice spell book. So maybe I'll hold on to them. I'll also need them for certain upgrades and everything. Can I blast them? I can smelt them into iron nuggets. That's not worth it. So we're just going to store it into a random chest, preferably this one right here for the time being. I don't need it right now. Now this leads us to getting started part 2, which is getting started with power. We can't actually do that until we get our first generator and we have to get these basic ingots. So let me go ahead and grab out some tin. Let me grab out some gold. And I think that should complete the quest. I need some redstone. And let's check it out. So we got everything. We get a golden apple for it, which is actually really nice because food early is a little bit difficult, especially if you're playing on this on hardcore. This makes this pretty difficult in general to live. So overall, that's pretty nice. We got us a golden apple for some food. Maybe we store that for later. And then now we need our coal generator. So I actually crafted this already and I made this in the first episode. So I'm going to go and find it. It's in one of these chests here. Oh, it's in my backpack. So there it goes. That finishes that quest. We can go ahead and grab some redstone and some experience. And I'll go ahead and toss this stuff in here. So now we actually should be able to unlock this. And all this is a checkmark quest that pretty much says All Mod 7 has plenty of tech mods to get you started. If you're new to tech mods, check out the Getting Started Part 2 to get started. Very, very easy, very simple. It just tells you a little bit about where to go. So you're going to click that. Now, just a little explanation for the rest of these things. These all lead to different chapters, some of which are around, some of which haven't been filled out yet. If you'll see in the part 2 with mechanism and thermal expansion, these are works in progress. But for right now, we do have at least one chapter, which is Silent Gear right here. So we can go ahead and complete this. So just wanted to note that you are not gated by anything, any quest in the game. You can just go straight out and start in Silent Gear if you want to. Nothing is holding you back or stopping you from getting into any of these mods. You don't even have to open up your quest book if you don't want to, but it's all here just in case you do. So getting back into the getting started, we have building materials, which we need sand, gravel, and glass. And actually don't think I have enough sand, or I might have some glass. I do have enough glass, but I don't actually have enough sand. Interesting. So I can't even complete that quest yet. And it gives us some stone, so I don't have to smelt anything. We got making a home. You can make yourself a bed as well. That one's pretty nice. Waystones. It tells you about teleporting, all that good stuff. And creating a team, which you automatically do pretty much at the beginning. And then it leads into farming and mystical agriculture. So we will be getting into mystical agriculture. I don't think we're going to do it this episode. Last episode, I said we were actually going to get into bees. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think we're ready for bees just yet. I would love to get into bees because bees get you started with having pretty much infinite materials, and that's really cool and all, but we really need to get some really good tools to begin with. Like, I want to get to all the modium as fast as possible. So because of that, I am going to follow along this quest line until we at least get about right here, because this is where we are and where we catch up in our playthrough so far. So we have the coal generator. We can click that little check mark and move forward, get our little bit of experience here. And then I think next up, we actually need a metallurgic infuser, which again, I've already made. I've already done all of this. So just going to break it so I can have it for myself. And then that should go ahead and complete this. I'm going to get an infused alloy out of it and I'll get some experience. And then this should lead me to having to make some more infused alloys to basically make another wind turbine, which I'm not opposed to. I'm not against making more. These things are actually really nice to have. They're really easy to keep up with and to make. We're going to need some osmium and let's go ahead and get this going. So we're going to need 1 osmium here. We're going to need 2 pieces of redstone here. So I'm going to go ahead and make these stacks that I need. I don't know why, but this is just the way I do things. So once this one's done, we'll go ahead and cycle through our iron. That is so hard to say, especially for somebody who's southern. So get this in here, get that cycling. And then we're going to need those energy tablets, which I actually don't know if, I have just enough gold. Well, I have enough gold to make 2, but still best for us to make them. And I'm going to need some of these infused alloys to make them anyway. So I need 4. So we're going to have to wait for that. Okay, so there's what we need for our crafting of the energy tablets. So if I actually need them for this. I'm going to just grab the recipe from here. And then I can right click or hit R here again to grab that recipe. Then I'll make the 2 energy tablets. So I want to do all of this, and I'm kind of going through all of this so I can show you guys exactly how to get your furnace here to run off of power instead of using coal. There's an upgrade for golden furnaces or for furnaces in general that you can replace the fuel slot with something that gives it power, and you can set that power up. So getting more power here is actually important. That should complete the quest for us. And we should be good to go. We'll get some osmium out of this. And then now we need to go ahead and make ourselves a wind generator. Like I said, I already have everything to make a wind generator, so I can go ahead and do this. So let me go ahead. I'm going to hit R here. I'll find the wind generator here, and then I should have everything, and that should make me another one. So bam, done with that one. We're finished with this quest. And I specifically added this in here for something special. So this is called a muffling upgrade. So a muffling upgrade makes it where if it's too noisy, it's disgusting, you don't like hearing it, these guys make some kind of noise that just gets annoying over time. So I added this in here just as a little upgrade for anybody who may want it. It basically stops the noise from happening. So I'm actually going to use this on this because I don't like hearing what's in here. So I can move this up and then click here and then it should install it. So now it doesn't make noise, which is really nice because it gets annoying. So I've already made me some pipes and a pipe wrench. So let's go ahead and grab that out of my backpack and go ahead and complete that quest. So we'll get some more energy pipes, which is going to be super nice. And then this quest line basically makes it where you can make upgrades that are fairly easy to make. Nothing too crazy here. Going back to the quest, we're not going to go up. We're actually going to go down here. So I actually want to make this basic energy cube right here. So 2 energy tablets, 4 redstone, and we're going to need a steel casing. So I mentioned this a little bit previously in my last episode about making some of these steel ingots that you'll need the metallurgic infuser for. So you can make yourself steel. So I'm going to need 4 pieces of steel. So let me show you how exactly to do that. So we're going to need 4 pieces of, not osmium, we need 4 pieces of iron here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to stick the iron here. We're going to make sure that this is empty. And if it's not empty, you could just dump it. And then we're going to need some coal. So I think I'm going to need about 8 pieces of coal. Let's go ahead and start with 4, and that should be enough. This should actually turn it into a kind of dust that we're going to have to cycle back through. Yeah, so enriched iron. So enriched iron here is what you'll need to put back into the metallurgic infuser with even more charcoal or coal or any kind of coal, carbon essentially, and it will give you steel dust. So these 4 will turn into the dust, and then we'll need to stick 4 more pieces of coal in there so we can cycle that back through into steel. So that's what we're going to wait for and what we're going to grab real quick. All right, now this is done. We're going to cycle it back through. It is pulling that power, but it is going to cycle back through. And while this is being made into steel dust, I'm going to run up top and stick my wind generator down and connect it. So with wind generators, you can actually stick them beside each other. And even if they're right beside each other, you'll see this little node right here is annoying. You'll see that they're actually connected together. They still work perfectly fine. If I right click, it's still generating. But I'm going to be honest with you, this actually does not look that great. It just doesn't. So for the sake of aesthetics, we're just going to break it, and I'm going to go put it a little bit further out. So 1, 2, we're going to put 3 spaces in between it, and then we're going to connect it with these pipes just like this. And again, if you want to extract power, you have to shift right click and there it goes. So just to make sure, I think I rotated it. I forgot you could rotate with this wrench. So we're going to rotate back. We're going to need to shift right click here and double check. So it's generating power, which is good. This is connected. This is generating power. So essentially we have about 112 FE per tick, which is pretty good. So I won't be needing this chest here very much for very long. So that chest right here was for me to smelt all of the iron down that I went and collected. By the way, mountains are insane for coal and iron right now. So if you look up raw iron right now and look to see where you can find it, if you go to the ore or the world gen tab, you see how right here, it's actually insane generation set 0.74% at Y231.72. If you go up here to 220 plus, you're going to get a ton of iron and coal. I was getting loads of coal at like 140 and or a bunch of iron at 140. It was pretty dope. So check that out. Make sure you find you a mountain nearby. Let me double check. We got our steel all done here just to make sure we used all of our coal, which we did. And we're going to stick this back through. And this will then convert this into steel ingots, which should be outputting up here. So what we're going to be making with this steel while that's smelting is the basic energy cube. So we are going to need to make ourselves these energy tablets. So let me go ahead and grab out some more redstone. So I'll grab a couple of these and let's make those energy tablets. I do believe we need 2 of them. So there's one and there's another. We're going to have to make a gold trip here soon enough. And then now we need the steel casing and some more redstone, which we do have a block or 2 of redstone we can break down. And then let's grab that steel. Let's take a look what it takes to make a steel casing. So I'm going to need 4 pieces of glass. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we should have everything to make the steel casing. We do. And now we should have everything to make the basic energy cube, which is amazing. I did not know these things existed the way they did because they actually have some dope functionality. So let me show you some of that. So first off, we completed the quest and we're going to get some steel ingots for it, which is really nice. That gives us a couple more pieces of steel, which is really nice. But as you see, I actually have this tethered out into 2 different things here. And that's because the basic energy cube, while it stores a ton of power, looks like 1.6 million FE, it's actually also a way for us to charge items. Today's goal is essentially for me to go to the Nether after we check out the questing book a little bit. And I will not go into the Nether unless I have a jetpack because I refuse to die to something random. What we're going to do is we need to hook this energy cube up right here. I don't need this chest right here full of all this coal. So I'm actually going to take this coal and shove it in here real quick. God, I love this. This is so nice. We need to make a controller for these. We don't need this chest here anymore, so I'm going to break it. And now we need to connect our power here. So bam, throw this down, and this should start getting some power. It does. So check this out. We can actually drain power with something on the left. So let's say we had a battery or even those energy tablets that I used. I can stick them in the left right here, and it will actually drain power into the energy cube. But if I have something that I need to charge, I can actually just charge it right here, which is amazing. So as we see, we're actually storing a decent amount of power, so we won't run out of anything as long as we have those wind generators at the top. For now, I actually want to convert this golden furnace here. I want to convert this power right here, or this coal, into power, so we can start using that instead of using coal. So let's double check to see what we have here in the quest book. So I can either go down the mechanism path, which we didn't, by the way, or I can take us down the pulverizer task, which we've already completed. So we're going to go ahead and take that. I do see something that I need to change for a future update. I will need to put rewards on this because it's not fair that you get rewards here and you don't get rewards here if you choose mechanism. So I will fix that in a later update for All the Mod 7. But for now, we're going to go ahead and grab this raw stuff from creating the pulverizer, which is really exciting. So I'm going to slap that back down and I'm going to throw the raw gold and the raw iron here. Next quest line basically just tells you how to set up automated ore smelting, which is what we did in our first episode. So it isn't ore doubling. I wish it was. I explained that in my last episode. I wish it was ore doubling, but it's only effectively a 25% chance to get more ore, get more ingots out of it. Okay, so we finished that quest. We got our experience. And this unlocks, and we'll be just clicking it for the time being just to go forward. So upgrading our smelting machine. So now we have another quest here dealing with the golden furnace. So I'm just go ahead and break it. Should pop some stuff out here. As you see, I did put an augment in there, and I'll show you that in a minute. And that should finish this quest. Let's check it out. So if we click here, we get a iron to gold furnace upgrade and we get experience. So that means we can make ourselves another furnace from iron to gold. And just like I said, I finished this already because I made an augment speed, which is actually very easy to make. You just need some paper, you need some sugar, you need 2 redstone and stone all around the edges, and it makes the augment. Just makes the furnace a little bit faster. The next quest is actually to go for diamonds, which we can go ahead and grab our diamonds out of here, which I believe I have some, and finish that quest. I think I need 3, I want to say. So that will give us diamond sight and that will give us experience. So these potions, they're called diamond sight or diamond sight potions or sight potions. These things are amazing. Essentially, if you drink one of these, you can see iron or whatever ore. For example, for this one, it'll be diamond. I can see diamonds through the wall. So I'm going to put that in my backpack so I can show you guys that a little bit later. But we're not going to go mining for iron or diamonds or anything just yet. Maybe for some gold. So maybe eventually we'll make some gold sight stuff. So let's go back to the quest line and see where we're at. So we can make a diamond furnace, which we are going to, you know what? Let's go ahead and make this. And now we should be able to make the diamond furnace, which is a big upgrade. So stick this back down. And for the last time, we're going to go ahead and set this up. And now we have a diamond furnace, which is amazing. So I'm going to show you guys how fast this is. But first we need to do something different. We need to hook this up to wireless power. This is exactly what we're going to need. So I'm going to go ahead and hit A on this to save the recipe. Same for this right here. Let me show you this recipe. So I know what I do need, but we're going to need a block of redstone. We're going to need some stone here. We're going to need a redstone comparator and we need a furnace. So what I'm going to need is I'm going to need a bunch of redstone. I'm going to pull this out. I know that we're going to need some quartz. So what that means is that y'all remember those walls that we had, that we found of blocks of quartz? I'm actually going to stick these in here and I'm going to make sure that when they come out, they don't, actually it shouldn't. Now that I think about it, it should output into here, but it shouldn't smelt down at all. So it should come out here and it should come here. So this gives us our nether quartz that we need, which is great. So let's go ahead and check out the recipes to make this. Okay. So starting off, we're going to need a furnace. That's very simple right there. Next up, we're going to need 6 stone, which I don't actually know if we have any stone itself. I think we could use the andesite here. We're going to use that. So let's see. We need the redstone comparator, which means we need 3 redstone torches here. So I know I'm going to need 5 more. So I'm going to go ahead and make myself 5 more. And let's jump back into it. So redstone comparator here. We need stone. This should work right here. So there's 1. And then this one should be able to be made. So this is the wireless heat transmitter. So I'm going to show you guys how to use these here in a second, but we got to make our heat receiver. So this one again needs a redstone comparator, just those 3 redstone torches that I needed. And then now I should be able to make this, which is the redstone heat receiver. So check this out. Now I can hook this up anywhere that I want to, but essentially we want to give it a place where it gets power. So if I stick this right here, there's no power going in. We can go into the energy cube here and we can actually configure our outputs right here. So in the top, we want to put that to output. So in the back, we also have output. So this should be getting power now. So here we go. So we need to bind the heat receiver to this wireless heater to tell it where we get the source. So all we have to do here is stick this right here and this will bind to the wireless heat receiver. So as long as this is getting power, we can take this and put this, let's take the nether quartz out because I don't want to smelt that just yet, and put this as our fuel slot. And now it will use power instead of coal to smelt it. So just like that. As we can see, this is actually not even pulling any RF, not like really not much at all, because of our power is being pulled from here. We don't even have to worry about coal anymore. We don't have to use any kind of coal. And we're just now on episode 3. Which is dope. So before we go any further, like I said, I would like to go to the nether. And before we go to the nether, I'm going to need to make myself a gold helmet just so I can keep some of the, damage away from me. And I'm going to try and see what I can use to make some armor. I'm thinking about some compressed iron stuff. But before we do any of that, I want to make myself flight with a jetpack. This is why I put this quest here for the wood jetpack, because now that I have this basic energy cube right here, I can actually make and charge up a jetpack. So that's what we're going to do. So let's take a look. Now, jetpack recipes are actually fairly complicated. So I'm actually going to try this out. I saw this before, but essentially Engineer's Decor, which is in here, actually has a crafting table that stores recipes. And it just looks like it's some iron with a crafting table. So I'm going to grab some iron out here. And then I'm just going to convert this crafting table right here to exactly that. So crafting table, I believe, is right here. We're going to put the 3 down. And there we go, a metal crafting table. Let's check this out. So if I remember correctly, this actually can store some recipes that we use to make some extra stuff, which is really, really nice. Especially if you're making something over and over and it just gets tedious. So this is really nice to have. We're going to put all of this in here just like this. And then that should get us our thrusters that we need. Just like this. And then that will give us our wooden jetpack. We've finished the quest. Let's go see what it gives us. 3 of these basic coils and some experience, which is actually really nice because you need those coils to make the next pack and the next jetpack. So that's really nice. So if we go take a look, I need some way to charge this. Like I said, if I stick this in the right side, it will pull power from here and it will charge it, which is really, really useful because the only other way to charge these things, there's a couple of ways to charge them, but it's very nice that this is with a power bank. You would expect a power bank to be able to charge things. So now if I replace my chest piece here with this jetpack, I can't fly. Or you see on the left side, we now have a bar and we have E equals off and hover equals off. So go ahead and go to your controls, go to keybinds, and you want to type in, you could just type in jetpacks. And if we click on category, it gives us all the things that we need. I changed my toggle engine button to 5 on the numpad, and then hover can stay G. I'm fine with that. So now I can toggle my jetpack. So now I can fly up like this. And then I can hit G, and now when I fly up, I don't break my legs whenever I fall. But just those 2 little jumps have already used 2,000 FE. These things actually cost a lot. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade if we can. So now we have everything. If I stick my jetpack in here, we should be able to make the stone one, which holds 5 times what the wood one holds, which is really nice. But I think I have the materials, maybe, to make the next upgrade, which is silver, which holds 1.2 million FE. And then now we can upgrade to silver, which is 1.2 million. I grab everything out of here and we're going to put it all up because now I think I am almost ready to go to the Nether. We are almost ready to go to the Nether, but we need to find some obsidian, or basically get a bucket and go find some lava and then get some obsidian. Or we could do something different because I actually need some way to get wood. That sounded a whole lot better in my head, but essentially we're going to grab some clay and we're going to start in what's called bonsai pots. So these things are actually really cool. I'm going to grab some more iron out because I know that I'm going to need it. I'm going to grab some iron out here and we're going to go ahead and smelt some of these clay balls down. I'm going to go ahead and smelt a stack. And when that gets smelted, we're going to make ourselves a bonsai pot. So it takes about 5 a piece, but what these things do is it actually grows bonsai plants for you. So any kind of sapling you put in there, so tree sapling, it will actually grow whatever it is. And if we set it up properly, it will automatically take and break everything out from inside of it and pull it down into a container or a chest. And we could just use a chest for now. Now that we have some clay smelted, we've got some bricks. Let's go ahead and make ourselves 3 bonsai pots. So this was also a quest in both the tips and tricks, and it was in the food and farming place. If you take a look in the food and farming area, you can actually see all the upgrades and it'll tell you everything that I'm telling you, but it's all in the quest book to help out. So we're going to make our bonsai pots right here. I'm only going to use 3, but I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this here. And then now that this is upgraded, I'm going to take and pick this up and it'll give me a different kind of chest here. It'll be sophisticated. And then we'll surround it in iron to upgrade it. And then now I can place this down right here. And then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take and put 1 here. And then I'm going to put 1 here. And I'm going to put 1 here. And I'm going to output these into this chest. We're going to need something called item pipes. So again, we go to pipes here. And let's go check out the item pipe. So item pipes, we're going to need 2 dispensers. That skeleton, or 2 droppers rather. The skeleton finally died. And then we're going to need this, and that will make us some item pipes. Is he just hiding right out here? Hello? Oh no, I forgot. He's right there. How are you not dying? Is that him? Maybe there's another one. So now that we have these iron pipes, or these item pipes rather, we're going to place these here and here. And then I'm going to grab my pipe wrench so that way I can tell it to pull from here and from here. Then I'm going to look in here. So this is a bonsai pot. You put dirt here, you put a sapling here, you put upgrades in here, and then this will be your output. So whatever grows will be put in here. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put a hopper in here so it in each one of them actually, so that way they automatically output to whatever is beneath them. And then we're going to go ahead and start growing ourselves some food. We're going to grab our orange sapling in here, and you see it's already starting to grow. Look, it's so cool. If you haven't played Sky Factory, this is kind of something very similar. You probably play with a lot of trees, but this is actually really cool. The problem is it's going to get to all the way full and it's not going to do anything. And that's because it needs something to cut it. Now we can just click right here and that'll automatically cut it. And then because we have the hopper upgrade, it outputs it here. But that's not going to work. We're going to need to put an axe in each one of these. And I'm just going to make it simple. I'm going to go ahead and make myself some iron axes. So we're going to need 3. And now I'm going to convert these over to silent gear. So they're all repairable. And then I'm going to stick this in the upgrade. And now you see it automatically cut. So now whenever they break, I just need some kind of way to repair them, which is actually fairly easy. So again, orange saplings, same here. We're going to fill it up in here. And one of the key things about this is going to be an automated farm for my oak logs and for any kind of like sticks, logs, or whatever. Now I can actually set this up and be a little bit more advanced and use these drawers over here and just set up 3 drawers for this. But one thing you're going to notice is that I actually am not producing any oranges. So there's a specific reason why. So if we hit this right click and go to growing in bonsai pots, we'll see that these are all the outputs that can happen by putting it in the bonsai pot. The problem is if I want an orange, I need to stick a beehive inside of the bonsai pot to be able to get oranges. And it's a 5% chance to get an orange out of it. So this is fine. We're just going to use this right now for some logs, some sticks. It's nothing that crazy. And we'll just let this be. It is finally time for us to go to the Nether, but we need obsidian. So I'm going to put this stuff up and we're going to go see if we can get us some obsidian. I will never get over the way this entire place looks. The mines are almost always breathtaking. Finally, we have found lava. Good. Oh! What is going on? I've got to get out of here. You know what? We've got enough. I'm just gonna head home. All right. So let's check on our chest real quick. Look at all of that oak. Oh, that's so beautiful. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the Nether now because I am gonna just go ahead and quickly charge my backpack right up while I'm building our Nether portal, which we're gonna put right here. Actually, this is a perfect spot to put this. So if I just dig this out. Why am I like this? What have I done to deserve this? All right, with our jetpack ready to go and everything pretty much ready to go now, we're going to go finish our portal and put the stone here, and it's time to go to the Nether. I hope I don't die. You know, this isn't too bad, actually. This doesn't look too bad. There's a ton of ore here. We've got Sub-Zero Ash. Inferium right here. Let's get to it. My goal in the Nether is to grab some blaze rods. You know what? Do I have okay, we're gonna try and grab a blaze spawner, some blaze rods, maybe get some more gold, maybe find some more things, get a bunch of nether quartz because I know I'm gonna need it. And yeah, this is gonna be a ton of fun. Our goal here though is to also get some crimson iron and maybe we can get some stuff out of it. There's actual nether ores here, which is interesting. Didn't expect that. Maybe we can find, oh, this isn't, what is this luck? Are you kidding me right now? What is this luck? A fortress right off the bat? What's going to happen next? I'm literally going to spawn right next to a blaze spawner. Blaze? Spawner? Oh my God, are you kidding me? I'm on fire. Time to get this blaze spawner. Bam. Just like this. And now we just break it and we have ourselves a blaze spawner. We almost lost it there. Hello? Mind your business, please. I need 12 raw crimson iron before I can leave here. So that is kind of what I'm going to be going for. So finding that crimson iron and everything actually reminded me we have quests. And look at that, crimson iron ingots. So we might be solid. We have 16. So before I do leave, I actually want to grab a couple of extra things that you can only get in the Nether, like soul sand and just general things that you can use from the Nether. So I'm just going to go grab some extra stuff and then we'll be heading back. There we are, back home. So now we can actually make ourselves some netherite. We can also go ahead and make ourselves some crimson iron. So that's exactly what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw these in here to be smelted. So I actually have a bunch of stuff. So let me get rid of a bunch of these things and we'll jump right back in. All right, so now that we're back and I'm taking a look at this recipe, I want to make myself a crimson steel pickaxe, which means I'm going to need 3 magma creams and about 6 blaze rods. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that blaze spawner that I found, and it should be right here. And I'm going to go ahead and set this up in the basement down here, and hopefully, well, I probably should charge up my jetpack while I'm up here, huh? But I'm going to go ahead and set this up in the basement, somewhere down here, like on the base floor should be fine. And that way I could just go crazy. So I know that these things have a chance to spawn in this room and just straight up murder me. So what I'm actually planning on doing is making this to where it can be controlled by a redstone switch, which I believe all we need is a redstone comparator, and it should actually turn it into a switchable, or I could be able to toggle it with redstone. So let's look that up. Redstone, believe it's a comparator. Wait, the blue moon rises. We get luck for the day? Why did that happen after I got to the Nether? What is going on here? All right, let's see if this is what it is that I need. So shift right click and then bam. Yep, now you can see it's turned off. All I have to do now is supply it with some redstone power. So I make something simple like a lever. I can turn this thing on and off and give myself some more blazes. Oh God. Well, that was actually pretty successful if you ask me. And I think we're good. We got 10 blaze rods, which is great. And we got a magma core. So these things are actually very interesting. Plus, I should have actually completed some quests in the bounty board, which I did, which gives us more blaze rods and more magma cores. So check this out. These magma cores, if you put them back into your crafting table, they can make a magma cream. Or if you double them up, they can give you blaze rods, which we actually need magma cream for the recipe, which we need exactly 3. So this works out. So now we craft our crimson steel ingots. There's 3, and we have exactly what we need to make it. Pickaxe, bam. And now we have a crimson steel pickaxe, which allows us to mine all the modium ore, which is exactly what we want. Well, I think that kind of wraps it up for today's episode. We went into the Nether. We got ourselves an upgrade for our pickaxe. We found some things to make some netherite, which we'll make into some potions later. And we also upgraded our base to wireless power for our furnace. So today, I think we're doing pretty good. On the next episode, we should actually be continuing our quest for better tools by getting all the modium ore, which is actually going to be kind of difficult because we need to find ourselves a mountain to be able to mine these things. So with that being said, I hope you've been enjoying my playthrough so far and maybe you've learned a thing or two. If you like the quests so far and maybe you're playing through On the Mod 7 yourself, let me know in the comments below what you think. And if you do like these playthroughs and want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe. I absolutely love the way this mod pack has been going, and that creeper just kind of disappeared down there. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.